Good evening. Welcome. All right, let's let everyone get in. We'll give it a minute like we always do. Welcome. Good evening. I could already tell the weight that's been added to this room via Turkey, because every time a new person attends, I hear the floor getting stepped on. All right, let's get in. All right, totally cool. All right, we're going to give it another minute or two. We see everyone coming in as we speak. Totally cool. So actually, I just kind of want to share a couple of updates today. So we're not going to be too long because, well, let's share some updates. One, the affiliate system will be finalized by tomorrow. We have all been using the affiliate system, but taking a deeper look at it, I'm recognizing that not everything's being tracked, and that's a problem, right? We don't want to go ahead and stand behind or endorse using a system that doesn't truly reward you for every little thing or every kind of every piece of work you do. It needs to be valued. Therefore, it's being done today. By tomorrow, it will be absolutely 100% super duper duper, in which case we're going to go ahead and walk through it together tomorrow. So I want to make sure everybody knows that, because I have received a couple of emails from people saying, hey, Ant, listen, I don't exactly see the credits on my affiliate system, and that's a bit of an issue for us. So that is being worked on. We are working with the team and actually the entire affiliate company, right? Lead Dino, which is a Wix company. We're in contact with their coding department. So that's a good thing. Secondly, starting January 3rd, Monday, January 3rd, these meetings are not going to be just me. They're going to be me and one of our marketplace business owners. The idea being, we need to go ahead and empower everyone that's a part of Rhino. And that's not simply like a cute sentence. The entire Rhino platform is built on building our own economy. And building our own economy, everyone must recognize, oh, this person does this, this person does this, this person does this. Because when you know your neighbor sells good coffee, you don't go to Starbucks anymore. And that's not to say that we're going to pretend that nobody's ever going to buy anything outside of our economy, but the more that we can represent and support those within the economy, that's a good thing. I think we have pretty much everyone here for tonight. I think every time I'm on, I have like a little itch by my nose, and it's like annoying. Okay, so we went ahead and now we're increasing our ad budget. Last week, we were doing only $10 a day for both Facebook and Twitter. We're now doing $20 a day because we do believe we have enough data that we could start scaling that up little by little. Again, once we decide to actually pour the gasoline on it, you're going to have the membership go to the roof. What is preventing us from allowing that membership to go through the roof? A couple of things. One, we want to make sure the affiliate system is completely 100%, as well as that we created enough copy, assets, videos, all of these different things that we can offer you to say, hey, listen, why don't you go ahead and A, sign up and opt into the affiliate system, B, here's the assets we're able to offer to you, and then go ahead and share with your group, share with your friends, share with your loved ones. Because if you believe that we're doing a good thing, at least welcome them to a call. Because the way we're going to be rewarding all affiliates is by the affiliate link you receive, you'll go ahead and share with a loved one, a friend, a family, a stranger, whomever. Upon them actually clicking the Zoom webinar and opting into the meetings that we have every night, that's where you get the credit. That action is what is rewarded. That action then yields you, rewards you 10 Rhino coin. Once we have that absolutely dialed in, then we could really pour the gasoline and say, okay, go ahead. We're rewarding. We could show it on a screen share. We could go ahead and actually show everyone the leaderboard, who's doing the best, and all of those things. Start incentivizing even more, making it a competition, because we're not exactly selling vacuums, right? you're going to be rewarded by simply bringing someone to a meeting, to one of our meetings, allowing them to have an open mind. And if they decide to go forward, cool. It's not like we're selling anything. If they don't decide to go forward, cool. Either way, you would have been rewarded. Point is, we're not going to throw the full weight of our resources behind such a program until we know it's 100%, which is exactly everything with this platform. Until it's 100%, we're not throwing the weight behind it. And at the risk of looking like a little bit unorganized, we've made the conscious decision that we're doing this together. I am not sitting here saying, I'm not inviting you to a dinner date, but cooking the dinner before you get here, right? Is that something you can really trust? I invite you to a dinner date, you walk in and I have filet mignons already on the table. Yeah, you're impressed. Wow, the steak's so good. But did you watch it get made? Do you even know anything about any of it? Who remembers Mrs. Doubtfire, where she goes ahead and orders it and then puts it on the plate? The point is, there is a much, much higher level of appreciation, camaraderie, and loyalty when you're all doing it together. Because I want to be able to say the sentence, a year from now, where we look back and say, and remember when we figured out the affiliate system week 3? Wish it was week 1, but we did it together, right? That's the entire culture, the DNA of this platform. Because it sounds silly, but this entire platform is built on people liking each other, people wanting to support each other. There has to be such a level of transparency and knowing each other for this platform to work, because we're building an economy. The only way you could build an economy is by trusting your neighbor. If you do not trust your neighbor, or you believe there's any type of counterparty risk that you're operating or working with an untrustworthy individual, a bad actor, well, then you're not exactly looking to build on that relationship. So number 1, we need the affiliate platform to be 100% before we start pouring the gasoline on it. Number 2, before we could go ahead and really start pouring the gasoline, we need to make sure that we have the Rhino University platform completely down. Now, this entire Rhino University offering, right? So the entire Rhino offering, the entire Rhino platform is built on a certain premise that 1% of the population you cannot operate an economy fairly if 1% own 99% of the wealth. You just can't. Because that means 99% of the population is all scrounging for that last 1%, which means they're constantly going head to head to each other. But for survival, they're going to do things that they otherwise wouldn't have done. More so than that, the 1% that owns 99% of things can take many risks because none of them ever actually hurt them. Like a kamikaze pilot has to be willing to die to get what they want. Somebody that has 100 planes, like for instance, the 1% is our drone operators, if that makes sense. If that plane crashes, they don't care. They're in a remote control. Their life is never on the line. A kamikaze pilot does care. He only has 1 of 1. The point of that terrible analogy, which I'm not even sure makes sense unless you really know me, the 1% can make a lot of mistakes and never truly affect, my face is so itchy, can never truly affect their bottom line, their wealth, their family, their business. They can in fact lose billions of dollars, right? The 1% that own 99% of the wealth can lose 98% of their wealth and still be exactly where we're all just scrounging trying to get. So they can never actually operate fairly. The economy doesn't operate fairly for the ones that are the 99%, right? Because if the 1% could make 1,000 different mistakes, they can make 1,000 different risks. They can risk things that you're unwilling to risk. Therefore, they will always come out on top. That being said, the economy doesn't work for everyone. That, by definition, 99% of the people, the 99% of the population that's in this economy, it's not working for them. So what do? Do they sit around? Do they do nothing? Do they get disgruntled? Do they have revolution? Do they fight? Do they commit crime? Do they have drugs? Do they commit suicide? Well, yeah, they actually do all of that stuff, and that's all the bad stuff, right? But then you have that one person or that group of people that say, you know what, enough's enough. We're actually smart enough and we can see how to fix this. And the way we fix this is not by doing anything for you guys. It's not like we're going to go out and have a revolution or have a peaceful protest. We're just simply going to say, go kick rocks. Because what we understand is that the power lies in population, not wealth. Wealth is a result of population. What I mean by that is the 1% have 99, the 1% of the population have 99% of wealth. Great. But it's completely dependent on the rest of the population patronizing their product. If the CEO of Target all of a sudden has no customers, not only is Target worth zero, but it's worth negative because it has the real estate, it has the mortgages, it has the debt, it has the bonds, it has the shareholders, it's the creditors, it has a lot of stuff. So the 1% has become so rich and powerful that they're completely dependent on customers. That's scary. They've become so rich and powerful that all the money that they come into, they have to constantly keep investing. There's an amount of money that you just can't keep investing. For instance, if you have $1 million, you're quite happy. If you have $1 billion, you're really happy, but you got a target on your back. If you have $1 trillion, you're miserable. Because when you have $1 trillion, the amount of obligations you have to everyone and the amount of targets you have on your back is so much. And what can you actually do with $1 trillion that you don't already have? Right? If you have $1 trillion, you pretty much own like a lot of stuff, which means to own the next thing that you don't already own, you're constantly purchasing something down the risk scale, right? Like if you have $1 million, you own $1 million of the best stuff. If you have $1 billion, you own $1 billion of the best stuff. But that first million that you own in the billion is probably better than the last million you own of the billion, right? Because you buy the best first, which means if you have $1 trillion, what else is there left to buy? You have to really start investing in people that, all right, I need to build a new business. I need to hire new people. I guess I can hire those criminals over there. I'm sure they're going to do good. I guess I can hire, they've been unemployed for a while, but there's no one left to hire. I guess I'll hire them too. Meaning the more money you have, the higher level of risk you have because the more dependency you have onto the lesser of the population. Meaning the power still is always in the population. Therefore, if 99% of the population, right, the 99% that's scrounging for that 1%, ever said to the 1%, hey guys, listen, we're not going to be your customers anymore. In fact, you could go kick rocks. We're done with your economy. We're done with what you're doing. We're just going to make our own economy. And by definition, if 99% of the population make their own economy, that is the economy. Because if 99% of the population are interacting in an economy, the other 1%, who the hell are they? They're these guys with a bunch of money, but guess what? They don't, because all their money is being depleted. They're losing all their money because all their property is going down, all their bonds are being called in, all their debts being called in, all their assets are depreciating. Think about if you own Target and you own the products on the counters, right? The shelves. Well, if no one's coming to buy them, what's the value of those products? They start going down. It's like a garage sale. You have to just sell it. You kill the whole market because you're now saturating and overwhelming the market with product that you just need to sell. It's a fire sale. Meaning the 99% of the population that all thinks that they have it bad, that they have no power, has all the power. So what we are doing is building our own economy. And I know that sounds like, okay, that, it's no small feat, Anthony, but how are we doing it? Well, when we understand that 99% of the population is quite frustrated with the economy, what is it that they're frustrated with? That they believe they don't have an opportunity, they believe they don't have a fair chance, they believe that they don't have enough money behind them to operate with it, they believe that investment has gone poor, therefore they don't want to really invest more, they believe that no one's really honest, they believe that they don't have an opportunity, they believe that they're being scammed, they believe that too much is premised on not enough interpersonal stuff. Hey, back in my day, I was able to talk. Now I got to press a bunch of buttons, right? There's all of these different things. So what we've decided to do is to solve that. So how do we speak to that person, right? So what we've done is we built a platform that actually welcomes all of those people, which is us, the entire world, right? Hey, listen, are you frustrated? Have you had a business? Has it not done well? Or do you have a business that's not doing well? Do you have an idea that you believe could be a good business? Great. We're like the Statue of Liberty. Bring in, come in. Because what we're doing is we're not using you. We're not saying, okay, you have a good business, bring that over here. We're not saying, hey, you have money, give it to us here. We're not playing that economy anymore. We're creating our own economy. So the way we do that is we say, no, come on. We have the experts, we have the team. You have an idea, let's build you your business. You have an existing business, let's go ahead and make it better. Let's go ahead and use all of our resources for you. In fact, you want more customers? Let's give you more customers. And how do we actually do this? So a new member or an existing member would go, actually, let's do a screenshot. No, before we do a screenshot, let's just talk it out. A new member or an existing member of Rhino. Now, what's a member, right? Let's start from the beginning. What's identified as a member? What's defined as a member? So all of you that are on the meeting tonight are members. We define a member as someone who has opted into one of our meetings. Now, whether they've attended or not is another thing. The opt-in of the meeting is when one transacts and exchanges their email, their name to go ahead and participate, which means they know and are voluntarily giving us that information to be able to contact them. Therefore, that's a trustworthy relationship that we believe that each of us are saying to each other, all right, let's see where this goes. I'm consenting to the next step. That's a member of Rhino. Now, in consenting to the next step, that member might attend one of our meetings. Great. And that member might learn a little bit more about what we're doing. Great. Now, what is it that we're saying that member should do? Well, to go ahead and participate in the new economy that Rhino is creating, that member should do one of two things. Either A, identify a business that they currently are operating, or B, identify a business idea that they would like to currently operate. Upon doing one of the two, that member would then enroll into Rhino University. Now let's just walk you through it, right? Okay, so we're gonna do a share screen. All right. Like I always say, let's start on Google, type in distributive marketing, because again, that is our company, distributive marketing. And what you'll find is we're number 2 on Google after you get past the 3 paid ads. And number 3 is Salesforce, right? And everyone knows Salesforce is a pretty big company. How about Wikipedia? They're number 5. Smallbusiness.com is number 7, right? So it's not that we're just like whistling Dixie. We're pretty big. We're bigger than a lot of big people, right? So, okay, so let's click distributive marketing. So you would enroll into Rhino University. Now, this is a video of us describing Rhino University, but this week I'm actually going to make a couple of new videos because I feel like we have to dial into more of a direct message, this is what you're doing, this is the next steps. And that's what this process has been, right? Sharing these weeks with each other has been not only talking every night, not only fielding questions, but also taking phone calls, taking emails, and realizing and really absorbing the culture of what everyone wants, what's everyone looking for, what's everyone worried about, what's everyone concerned with, what would be the ideal thing for everyone. So we kind of have a good sense of that by now. So enrolling in Rhino University, it's free. Everything's free, by the way. You will never get spent $1 for anything. So what's your name? Well, my name is Anthony. My last name is Calashone. My email is anthonycalashone@rhinoresearchllc.com. My personal phone number is 732-8656, and I'm not going to give you the last 3 numbers. My business name is Rhino Research. My business website is, we'll use this one, distributivemarketing.com. My business phone number is 732-8656. This is a current, actually, same difference, right? This is a current business. Okay. My company seeks to empower the large population that is frustrated with the current economy by offering them ground floor to an alternate economy. Cool. I'm not a robot. Submit. Now, upon me submitting this is directly going into my email box, as well as Abigail's email box, which is our project manager, as well as Natalia, who's actually just coming on as a second project manager. Now, Natalia's role is tasked with reaching out to each individual that submits this submission. That outreach is going to be in the form of an email to you, hey, and I think, so we're actually still finalizing that this week, what that email looks like. Is it going to have additional forms? Is it going to have additional questions? So give me a day to actually really dive. And that's why I'm not recommending anyone do this right now. And so, I mean, if you do it, we'll get the email. But my point is, what her role is going to be is still being I's dotted, T's crossed in terms of what that email back to you will look like, what the copy will be. Something effective. Hey, I'm Natalia with Rhino. We received your submission. I see that this, and this. Would you, if you're a current business, would you go ahead and share with us your mission statement, your value proposition, what your company does, your top 3 products, and your URL? If you could share that with us, we're going to put you on our marketplace, right? And we'll get to that. Now, if you're a future business, all right, let's go ahead and book a call together so you could share with me what it is that your company, the business that you want to open, what will it do? And we'll go ahead and actually make the website for you. We'll do all the payment information, like the merchant accounts. We're going to do all of that to create your site. Either way, whether you go down door number 1 or door number 2, which I just described to you, you're going to end up at the Rhino Marketplace. I have a chat. How deep of a description do you want? I confuse myself when I talk about what I'm trying to do. And just keep it simple, right? Hey, this is my company. This is what we do. You know what I've always been told, and I'm still really bad at this, and I try to do it all the time. When asked what your company does, describe it to a 5-year-old. Not that the person you're talking to is a 5-year-old, but if you can describe it and a 5-year-old will understand it, then you did the correct thing. All right. So you submitted this Rhino University. Now you're going to Rhino Marketplace. So we worked with you. Great. You're an existing business. We were able to go ahead and get a little bit of verbiage of what your company does, right? A little bit of verbiage of what your company does and your website. Okay. So let's look at Love Lingo. So Love Lingo is by David, who's really great. Love Lingo, positive apparel and accessories, is a leading online clothing store since July 2017, changing the world one love lingo at a time, right? So you would have his or her whole description of what the company does, a little bit about them, and then healing energy, positive apparel, holistic items. That sounds pretty cool. Let's check it out. This is actually really cool. So this shirt is completely created and designed by using positive words that are in a positive image. Like, how cool is that? And this is what the store does. It has the products, has tutorials, has bestsellers, make a change, gift cards. This is a really cool company, a really cool site. So this gentleman who I know, David, had this existing company already. This is just what we did for him, but that URL is his website. Now, what if you were a company that didn't exist, right? So this company, Revive Infusions, is just launched their website this week. So Revive Infusions Llc offers intravenous hydration nutrition therapy to replenish your body's essential nutrients and restore balance. Infusions are for everyone from athletes to college students to professors on the go. Take charge of your health with Revive Infusions. So let's go take a look at the website, right? Now, this company just launched. We did their website. Well, this is pretty cool. All right, sign up. Appointments starting January 2022. Do I want to be on the email list? Not right now. Revive your book now. You can contact us. These are cool little things. Schedule an appointment. Choose the infusion. Get revived at our infusion lounge. They have a cute little video. Like, how cool. So you get a certain sense of what they do. Look at all this different stuff they have. This is a site we created. Now, this is like a super duper site, right? We're going to make everyone a 1.0 version. This is like a 3 or 4.0. But that being said, once you have the 1.0, guess what? Then you go to 2.0, then you go to 3.0. Now, there is no metric, right? Like, there's no, Anthony, I want the 4.0. How do I get there? Well, you got to start somewhere. Start with a regular basic site. Then once the site is going, we can go ahead and make alterations. Because once you have a basic site, okay, cool. And I want to change this. Great, let's change it. Hey, Ant, I want to change this. Great, let's change it. Ant, I want to change this. Great, let's change it. After a couple of those changes, you're now at like a 2, 3, 4.0 site because you worked through it. You got the data. The people came to your site, they told you what they wanted, and you were able to do it. Okay, so what does that mean? Now, everyone that's on this has started with us. Now, mind you, there's only 6 because we just launched 2 weeks ago. We have a backlog of 27. We're welcoming new businesses all the time. In fact, we have, I think, close to 300 members on the platform right now. Because we just hired Natalia, and this is her first week. Again, we didn't even know the total email we're sending out. Like I just told you 2 minutes ago, we're still putting it together. Meaning when we go ahead and send that email out to all 300 who don't have their site up yet, we're going to be making a lot of websites. We're going to be bringing on a lot of businesses. Now, this page is going to be a nice marketplace. It's going to have a search bar. It's going to have the company of the day. It's going to have a highlight. It'll have a searchable feature. It'll be pretty cool. Now, okay, Ant, what's the benefit in that? What's the benefit in having a bunch of different businesses here? Well, here's the benefit. When each business knows that they're on the Rhino platform because we're creating an alternate economy to the economy that's not working for everyone else, they have already absorbed the mission statement of the platform, that we're looking to support each other, right? So the CEO, the owner of Minksters, when he goes ahead or she goes ahead and looks to shop for something, they're going to be quite receptive to coming to the marketplace first and maybe looking around. Okay, I want to buy a shirt. Oh, Love Lingo, that's a shirt company. Now, mind you, this page is going to be more searchable, right? Like it's still being improved. So there might be a search function up here that says clothing, services, courses. Like we're going to figure that out still. But the value is that every single person is looking to be a customer of the next person. Because remember, most of the people on this page started out as just members that came onto the platform. They did not own a business. They did not have anything. Not that they didn't have anything, but they didn't own a business. They didn't have the website. They didn't have the customers. That's all being given to them. Who are the customers that are being given to them? The customers are also the owners of other businesses, because this platform isn't a marketplace where we're, hey, businesses, come over here. Hey, non-businesses, come over here. Now get together. No, no, no. Everyone come here, right? And we're going to improve at what everyone does. And in doing so, everyone knows that the customers that are purchasing their product is also the business owners of other businesses, meaning every business owner by default wants to go ahead and then support the other ones around. Therefore, this marketplace is going to be one where everyone's purchasing from each other. Okay, Ant, that's a real cute story. Like, is that ever actually going to happen? Well, what would make a marketplace work, right? Like, what makes a marketplace work? Traffic, right? You need people coming to the marketplace and looking at the particular companies. Okay. Well, as we grow our platform, you see the marketplace is right on our main website, which means people are going to naturally come here. Okay, Ant, I get it. And maybe that's okay, but it doesn't mean, just if you have 1,000 people that come to your page, it doesn't mean 1,000 people are going to go on this marketplace. It doesn't mean 1,000 people want to buy stuff. It doesn't mean 1,000 people are even going to come to this. You're right. So how will we go about doing that? Well, because our entire platform is built on actually creating a new economy, creating an alternate economy, all of our correspondence is going to go ahead and represent that as well. All of the emails go ahead and highlight the marketplace. All the time that we're spending talking to each other highlights the marketplace. In fact, starting January 3rd, every one of our meetings is going to be with a business owner of a marketplace company, meaning this meeting might only be 10 minutes of me talking and then another half hour of, okay, and then you got to meet Leon Smith of so-and-so company, and then do a screen share that everyone gets to watch where Leon gets to introduce his company, his mission statement, his value proposition, walk everyone through the page, what kind of offers, what kind of deals he's given. And if you want to purchase something, how to do it right now. And maybe if you don't, how to simply get on his mailing list. That's pretty cool. So that would certainly help that company. It would certainly help every single company because every single company would be highlighting themselves on any given night. Okay. So that might be something, right? And we're finally getting somewhere. We're going to direct email highlighted companies. We're going to do it every day. We're going to talk to them. We're going to interview them. Okay, well, what's the audience? Well, right now we have 228 members registered to our daily meetings. Okay, how many show up? About half, 100, 125. So would it behoove your company to be able to present in front of 100, 125 people that are all actively looking to support you, right? Do you think you might make a couple of sales? Do you think you might earn a couple of customers? Do you think you might gain a little bit of traffic? Of course you would. And again, you're not buying anything. None of this is being sold to you. This is all free. This is all being given to you. So that might be a good idea. You might like that. But again, nothing in life is free, right? And I say that about my own product. Nothing is free. Because here's how you actually create an economy. Everyone needs to benefit. Everyone needs to say, by being on the ground floor, I stand a chance to live the American dream, that I stand a chance to be absolutely wealthy and successful. Well, how can you do that? So of course, your company doing good is a good thing, right? You make a couple of sales, you make a couple of bucks, you have some customers, it grows, right? Okay. Our platform, that's a good thing. We're going to have thousands of members, then tens of thousands, and hundreds of thousands. Great. Imagine if we were having this meeting right now in front of 100,000 people and decided to go ahead and show Revive or Love Lingo. That would be a good thing for those companies. Great. But how can you get there? How can you get to that point? You could only do it if everyone has a vested interest. You could only do it if everyone agrees from the beginning, this is what we're going to do. Now, I'm not like crazy, right? Like, I don't believe that the world is solved on like rainbows and butterflies. I do not believe that if all of us collectively got together and said, okay, guys, let's all just do this out of the goodness of our heart. Yeah, I know we're going to be able to make a change. And that's good enough for me, right? I just want to be a part of the change. So let's all do this. That makes sense, right? Like, a lot of people would want to be that. Like, if you were part of the change that changed the world, that created an economy that was fair for everyone, that was able to really, really transfer wealth from one class of individuals to another class. If you were part of the change that was actually able to empower and liberate demographics and income brackets that normally or otherwise would never have gotten it, would that be a good thing? Yeah. But does that pay your bills? Is that something that you're going to spend as much time as possible doing just out of a charitable function? No, it doesn't work like that. People only will do things that are in their vested interest, right? Everything that everyone does needs to be in their own vested interest. So this platform, we need to make in everyone's vested interest. We need to make it so that when the success of this platform is the success of everyone that's a part of it, to a degree that they never would have had an opportunity to ever do otherwise. How do you do that? Okay. Well, when you're creating an economy, it's basically like creating a country, right? Like, think about America as its own economy, the American economy. What is the American economy? Seriously, what's the American economy? It's a country called America, and it's the commerce within the country. That's the economy. But what's the other component of that economy? An agreed upon currency. An agreed upon currency that everyone is willing to accept, that everyone agrees has value, and that value is supported by the economy, right? So like, if you said, hey, listen, I don't want to accept the American dollar anymore, would it hurt the value of the dollar? No. You know why? Because there's a whole economy that would accept the dollar. Therefore, you not accepting the dollar means absolutely nothing, right? So the value of the currency is completely dependent on the support of the economy. Now, what if the economy was bad? What if the economy had no transactions, right? The economy was down, it was in recession, it was in depression, companies were going out of business, there was no rule of law, people were shooting each other like in Chicago. Like, okay, would the value of the currency go down then if it was supported by that economy? Yeah, it would. Because who the hell would want to own that? That economy sounds like it's going to go out of business the next day. I don't want to be a part of that. In fact, I'd be looking to sell that currency because I don't think it's going to have its value. Because if my ticket into participating in that economy is that currency, which is the ticket to participate, I don't want to participate. So see you later. Okay. So a bad economy can make a currency go down. A good economy can support a currency. Okay. Can a growing economy increase the price of the currency, increase the value of the currency? Yes. But the American economy is a pretty mature economy. Like, it's grown. It's the biggest in the world. Therefore, owning the US dollar, you're not going to make a whole lot of money on your money by just owning the dollar, right? Because the economy is already mature. So that's the value proposition and the sexiness of cryptocurrencies, right? Hey, this is a coin that's a game changer. It's an interrupter. No one has it yet, but the world is gonna have to use it. Therefore, owning it today, you could prosper off that. Okay, great. Sounds fantastic. How is it supported? Oh, it's not. So we're just buying Bitcoin on the belief that everyone's going to use Bitcoin. Therefore, the value of Bitcoin is supported by all the people that believe Bitcoin is valuable. Okay, so it's just a greater fool theory, right? Like, can the world be fine without Bitcoin? Yeah. Meaning, if Bitcoin went to zero, would the world change? No. Could you all of a sudden not buy something you normally could have bought if Bitcoin went to zero? No. Because there's nothing in the world that's exclusively bought and sold in Bitcoin. Therefore, Bitcoin does not have a support. And if anyone says it does, I'm going to lose my mind. Because the supporting value of Bitcoin is only the belief that in the future, there's going to be such a large digital economy that's going to be transacting in digital currency that Bitcoin is going to be the safe harbor currency, right? All right, I want to buy this coin. I have to buy Bitcoin first and transact in it. If that never comes to fruition, then Bitcoin was never worth anything. Bitcoin is being valued on the belief of what it can be valued in the future. Okay, I can understand that. That's investing, right? Not all investments are good. Some are not so good. I get it. So where are we going with this? All right, so I understand we have a platform. I understand we're creating an alternate economy. I understand that it completely is dependent on the members of the platform all having a vested interest. Now, a vested interest could be the success of their company. All right, I have a company, it's now a marketplace. The more people that are part of the market, more people that are part of the platform, more people that come to marketplace. Therefore, I have a vested interest in the platform building because my business is on the platform. Therefore, more members equals more money, which equals more good for me. Okay, that's a vested interest. But is that like a super duper duper vested interest? And I'm not sure that it is. You know, it is a super duper duper vested interest. How about this? Rhino will be exclusively transacted in Rhino coin January 2023. Now, what does that mean? We've created our own coin, Rhino coin. Our platform will be exclusively transacted in it in January 2023. Now, what does that actually mean? Does that mean all of a sudden every company on our marketplace no longer can accept dollars or euros or yen? No. But it does mean every company on our marketplace is going to have the Rhino wallet, which means every purchase, every transaction done on any company on our marketplace is going to accept the currency, right? Like, so say Love Lingo, right? They sell $100 in shirts. Somebody buys $100 in shirts by using their debit card or whatever and transacts $100 out of their bank account. Love Lingo comes into $100. The Rhino wallet inside Love Lingo automatically uses that $100 to buy the Rhino coin, which will be on a free floating marketplace by January 2023, kind of like a Coinbase account, right? It will automatically buy the Rhino coin, which means the Rhino coin is directly supported by the transactions done on the Rhino marketplace. Now you have a coin that has a super duper value that's being supported. Now, first, let's touch on Love Lingo. Does it change their life at all? No, because anyone's able to still buy their product using dollars or euros or yen or whatever. And Love Lingo, because Rhino Coin is on a free-floating marketplace by January 2023, they could simply, they could go ahead and redeem that coin for that $100. Hey, we sold $100 in church. Now we have $100 in Rhino Coin. Let's go ahead and sell that Rhino Coin on Coinbase or whatever marketplace and collect our $100 back. Okay. Or, okay, let's go ahead and redeem that $100 in Rhino Coin back to Rhino because they stand to redeem all coin, which we will. You could simply send it to us and we'll give you the money. Okay. So you might be saying to yourself, well, Ant, that makes no sense. So a company comes in, a company is forced, their wallet is automatically transacts their dollars into coin, but then they can immediately sell the coin. Yeah. So Anthony, why would you even do that? They could buy it and sell it. It makes no sense. No, but it does. Because them buying the coin is direct support for the value of the coin. Remember, buyers and sellers. The more buyers, the higher the value of the coin goes. Well, Ant, if they're just buying and they're automatically selling, doesn't that offset? No, because the transaction volume make it a viable currency. So we get the coin is then valued as a currency. It gets valued because it's doing so many transactions in a day. And more so than that, are you so sure that someone that buys the coin is automatically going to sell all of it? Maybe they hold some of it and say, wow, this is an investable asset. Let's leave this on our balance sheet. It keeps going up in value. Well, Ann, how would you know it's going to go up in value? Well, that's very simple. Not easy, but simple. Let's talk about how a coin is valued. A coin is valued, as we just spoke about, in terms of the transactions. If the marketplace is solely going to be transacted in Rhino Coin, well, then the things that would allow us to know how much that coin is worth or project how much it's worth are things like how many members are on the platform, how many businesses are on the platform, how many transactions are being done on the platform, what is the growth rate on that platform, what is the demand ratio on that platform. If you knew all of those numbers, then you would know the value of the coin. Therefore, if all those numbers are going up, the value of the coin goes up. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So owning Rhino Coin is actually quite important, because if the coin is going to be the exclusive coin in January 2023, and if the platform's successful, and if the platform's growing, then the value of that coin is completely dependent on a growing platform, dependent on commerce, with a commerce center of members purchasing from within, purchasing and supporting each other. All business owners are being customers of other businesses, and businesses are actually holding the coin on their balance sheet because all their transactions are settled in that coin. That coin sounds like it could be worth a lot, because you know why? There's no coin out there that does that. In fact, it would be what Bitcoin only dreamt to be. It'd be the most ideal coin. It would be the most valuable coin on the market at some point. Okay, well, how do I own that coin? Well, here's where it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. That coin's value is dependent on the platform, which means the platform has to grow for that coin to have value. What if the people that were responsible for the platform growing also benefited from the value? Well, the only way that could happen is if we gave all the coin to the members. Every member of Rhino receives 50 Rhino coin every single month just for being a member. Every member of Rhino has the ability to be an affiliate and recommend and suggest and invite others to join the platform and collect 10 coin per person. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. But what if they want to actually buy more of the coin? Like, if the coin's going to be worth that much in the future, okay, first of all, let me take a step back. So this platform, how does it grow? Well, you're bringing people on for free? Okay. All right, well, how's the platform get businesses? Oh, you're building them yourself. You're inviting people on for free and then building them a business. Therefore, everyone that comes on the platform is going to be their own business. Okay, well, what's the guarantee that they'll buy from each other? Well, there is no guarantee. But if everyone's success depends on the platform supporting themselves, well, then it stands fair to reason that the business owners are going to look to support the other businesses first. Yeah, well, What do you think? Somebody's not going to go buy something out in the store because they could buy it on the platform? No. But if there's enough businesses on the platform, we're certainly going to have a business for everything. And if we highlight it every day like we do, and if we have everyone come to the meetings and we highlight individual business owners and we send out replays to everyone and we have a YouTube and we have a Facebook and we have thousands and thousands and maybe even millions of members, stands fair reason every company is going to do pretty well. Okay. Well, wouldn't those companies like to own more of the coin? Because everyone is actually completely, this is the beautiful part about what we're doing. Because I don't own this, we all own this together. Everyone is completely in charge of the success we have together. Because it is you supporting the platform that allows this platform to be successful. So what's my job, right? My job is to make sure that our numbers continue moving up. My job is to make sure that I continue leading everyone to where we need to go. Everyone needs a leader. It doesn't matter, oh, you're the leader, you're part of the team, this person has more than, no, everyone needs a leader. If everyone's a leader, then that's a problem because everyone's going in different directions. Without a leader, everyone's going in different directions. You need a leader. So this coin, right? All right, I get how it works. I get how it can have value, but Ann, I really need to see some projections, right? Like, how does this work? Okay, well, we're on the site, go to Rhino Coin. Now, what you'll find is that Rhino Coin has a balance sheet. This balance sheet is updated in real time. This balance sheet is view only to you. I'm the only one that has access to actually change the numbers on it. This balance sheet offers 112 weeks of projections. This balance sheet offers 112 weeks of projections, all built on the week before it, meaning that the projections are the most accurate they can be. Which means when you look at this balance sheet, you will know two things. One, where we're projected to go if we stayed on the course that we're on exactly right now. And secondly, where we're going to go if anything changes, and you'll know it second by second. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is the Rhino Coin balance sheet. Now, what you'll see is the yellow lines are weeks that already passed. The green line is the week that we're on. We're on week 3. Welcome to Monday of week 3. Now, first, let's take a look at these columns, right? Column 1 is the number of weeks. 1, 2, 3. Column 2 is the amount of traffic on the distributivemarketing.com page on a daily basis average. Column 3 is the webinar registrants. So the meeting, how many people actually registered to the meetings? Actually, this is 228 now, which means this is 290. See, look at the real time. This column is the amount of Rhino platform members. And we have a 15% projected growth rate, right? Column 8 is the number of Rhino businesses with a 15% projected growth rate. This is the number of transactions done on the site. This is the transaction volume, assuming this assumes that 1 out of 10 people make a transaction, and that transaction is for $27, and that's on a weekly basis. This is how much coin is owned by our Rhino members. This is how much coin's owned by our Rhino investors. Investors being you. You want to own Rhino coin? I'm going to show you how to, but this is how it works. This is the literal value of Rhino coin. If you took the weekly transaction volume and divided it by the billion supply of Rhino coin. As you can see, it's not available. We don't have any transactions yet. This is the demand ratio. The amount of Rhino coin that's being purchased week over week divided by how much Rhino coin's available. Now, of course, the demand ratio is very small. It's only week 3. This is the 3-month projected projections. What's the growth rate in it? And then this is the value of the coin. Now, the Rhino coin is going to be the exclusive transaction of Rhino in January 2023, which means January 2023, it's going to be on a free floating marketplace, which means the value of Rhino coin is going to be dependent on the market. Supply and demand as a market, right? Stocks have buyers and sellers. Until January 2023, this is a managed market, which means I'm managing it, which means I'm guaranteeing it. What does that mean? And so between now and January 2022, the value of Rhino coin is 0.015, which means it's 1.5 cents per coin. In January, it's going to be 2 cents. In February, it's going to be 3 cents. In March, it's going to be 4 cents. It's going to go up 1 penny per month until January 2023. Now, I'm going to scroll down and you're going to see a green line. That green line is January 2023, and that's where the projections come in. Now, this is the first month that it becomes a free floating market, right? And what you can see in this month, we're projected to have 835,000 members, 89,000 businesses, 83,000 transactions, 2.2 million worth of transaction volume for that week. 229 million of the coins going to be owned by the members. 5.5 billion will be owned by investors. The literal value of the coin, if you take the transaction amount divided by the billion in supply, is 0.002. But what's the demand ratio? Because Anthony, if there's only a billion supply of coin, how is 5 billion owned by investors? It's not. The investors want to own 5 billion because that's the growth rate of their demand. But when you take the amount that they are projected to want to own, plus the amount that the members will own, divided by the billion supply, that means there's 5.2 times the demand than the coin that's in existence. What's the growth rate? 615%. This growth rate is this transaction amount divided by the transaction amount 3 months prior. Well, obviously, it's gone up a lot, which means the growth rate is 615%. When you multiply that all together, what the transaction amount is, the demand ratio, the literal value plus the growth rate, you get the true supply and demand price of 61 cents. Now, I want to show you something real quick. Now, what you'll see here is that it's the projected market value of Rhino coin, but times 10%. Every one of these projections assumes that 90% of the value is never realized, which means the sentence, if we're even 1/10 correct, this is the value. God forbid we're underestimating. Well, first of all, God forbid we just hit our numbers. This is really $6. God forbid we're underestimating our own value in our own market. This is more than $6. Now, let's just say we only hit 10% of our projections, right? This coin is worth 61 cents in January 2023. Right now, it's November 2021. Right now, you could purchase the coin for 1.5 cents, right? To be able to sell it for 61 cents in January 2023. Now, we have projections going always out to week 112. This number right here was 132,000 last week. But we have been unable to reach our members' numbers that we projected. Right now, it's only 290. We projected this number to be 460 by now. Oh, man, Ant, not a good sign. You're already not hitting your projected numbers. So how can we trust these numbers? Two things. One, how nice is it to be part of a platform where you actually see the real numbers, where you don't need to be bamboozled and say, oh, my God, he said this was going to happen and it didn't. No, you're going to know second by second exactly what's happening. So if you would rather be fed rainbows and butterflies all day, then this isn't for you, because we're actually going to be too honest for your appetite. But secondly, why is this number not 460? Well, we already know we can pour as much money as we want into the ads, into our ad spend, and bring those numbers up. We already know we could go ahead and really accelerate the affiliate marketing. We already know that we can go ahead and do more emails. We already know that we can make an offer to every single member and say, listen, you go ahead and offer us your email list. We'll email on your behalf. We'll do all the work and we'll get those people in and credit you. There's so many levers we can pull. And remember, the more members that come on, the more affiliates are available. The more affiliates are available, the more ecosystem they have. The more ecosystem they have multiplies, right? The reason why we haven't done any of that is because we're still perfecting it. We're not going to go just throw money out there for no reason. So what you're going to see is this number will be 290. Maybe it'll end the week at 320, 330. Then next week might be like 450. And then all of a sudden the next week will be 1,000, right? Say we're at 1,000 by week 5. Right now it's projected for 384. So let's take a look at this number. First of all, let's look over here. Week 112, the projection is 40,139, right? I want to show you a magic trick. I need you to understand how important all of these numbers are, how dependent all these numbers are, because anyone could just come up with a sheet. Oh my God, look at all these projections now, believe me. No, you're going to see exactly what we're doing. So this number is 40,139, right? And Alicia, I see that you just messaged. I'm going to read it in a second. I just want to show this one thing, right? I want to illustrate the platform. So week 5, we're projected 384. Let's say it's 1,000. Now look at all these numbers, right? They're going to change. Whoa. Did everyone see that? So not that you need to study any particular number, but they're all going to change. And why is that? Because every number is calculated on the number before it. This sheet took a long time to make. Every number is calculated on the number before it. So 384, 1,000. Whoa. So what's that do to our week 112 projection? What does that do to all the value? Week 112 is now projected at 269,000 for the coin. Why? Because the growth rate from where we are to 1,000 over that period of time then gets extrapolated going forward and compounds on itself. Meaning, you will always know the value of what the coin's going to be in January 2023. Which means you'll always know the projected value of what it's going to be in week 112, week 102. You'll always know that answer. Okay. So if you know, if you have the opportunity to know where everything is, then it stands fair to reason that if you could go ahead and buy this coin at $0.015, and this is the projections, this is what we're doing, you could go ahead and change the net worth of your family for generations. You can go ahead and participate in actually prospering from developing an alternate economy. And that's not to be confused with alternate universe, right? Like that word sounds weird, an alternate economy, like a not real one. No, the economy that's there is not real. It's not working for you, is it? Do you have any fairness in what's going on? Do you feel like your congressman represents you? Do you feel the owner of your company has your best interest? Do you feel like you could go out there and get a fair shake at starting something new? Because if you do, go to it. But if you don't, that's what we're doing. Okay, so Ann, all right, so let's say I buy at 1.5 cents, right? Well, if it's not a free market till here, and there's not a marketplace, how do I sell my coin? Like, what if I want to sell it before then? Like, I see that it's 8 cents there. How do I sell it? Okay, good question. So let's go back to the Rhino coin page, right? So here it is. At the bottom, ready to sell. All right, my name is Anthony. My last name is Calashone. My email is anthonycalashone@rhinoresearchllc.com. All right, so I bought a bunch of coin at 1.5 cents today, right? All right, so let's say I bought $1,000 worth, which means I have 66,000 coins, 66,667. Okay. All right, I want to sell it at 8 cents. When's that? In July? Okay. I have 66,666, but I want to sell 40,000 of it. Okay. I'm requesting to sell. I understand terms and conditions, and you can read it. It's all very easy speak. I'm not a robot. Submit. That submission goes directly to me. Your order is now placed in July to sell your amount of coin in July. That's how easy it is to sell your coin until January 2023 when it becomes a managed market. So you know you could buy it, you know you could sell it. What's left, right? Well, what's left is how to do it. So we're going to do that. Let me just read what Alicia wrote. If you make $100 that's converted to Rhino coin, we can then sell it for at least $100. Can we sell it to the members that want more coins for more than $100 than we made? So Alicia, the $100, okay, so this is going to be a little wonky. I don't want to get everyone confused. When you own a business that's on Rhino Marketplace, you sell $100, right? You sell $100 in shirts, you'll receive $100, which automatically gets converted to $100 worth of Rhino coin. That conversion is based on the market price. Therefore, whatever the market price is of Rhino coin, will be $100 divided by the market price. The market price at that point is going to be the free market. So it's going to be the global market. So when you receive $100 worth of Rhino coin, you can't exactly sell it for more than $100 of Rhino coin, because someone could say, well, Rhino coin's worth $5. You're trying to sell it to me at $6. I can just buy it for $5 on the exchange. Therefore, unfortunately, no, Alicia, you cannot. All right, so let's get the Rhino coin, right? You want to buy the Rhino coin. You want to own some Rhino coin. How do you get the Rhino coin? You can click Get Rhino coin. Now, I'm going to copy and paste this into our chat. I'm going to give everyone a second. It's now 9 o'clock. We are ending this call at 9:05, so you have only 5 minutes to do this with me. In the chat, you will see the link that I just added. It's the page that I'm on, how to get Rhino coin. I'll give it a second, and we're going to do this together. All right. So on this page, you will see the price of Rhino coin over the next year. In January 2022, it's 2 cents per coin. It will never, ever be 1.5 cents again. Let me say that again. Never, ever, ever. Okay. In February, it's going to be 3 cents. It will never, ever be 2 cents ever again in February. Ever. For the rest of your life, right? The point being, you either understand and take advantage of the opportunity today, or you do another time, but you're never going to have this opportunity again, right? Okay. So say I want to buy $1,000 worth of Rhino coin right now. Well, you buy it in $100 blocks. Okay. Maybe I buy 100. Maybe I buy $200. Maybe I buy 10,000 worth, whatever it is. I want to buy 1,000 of Rhino coin. So how many $100 blocks is $1,000? 10. Okay. So 10. Quantity 10, $100. Purchase. Now you're going to come up to the buy page. Now you'll see this says 21. It's because I've already bought 11. So now 10, right? Yours is going to say 10 if you did it. So 10 times 100 equals 1,000. There's your total, right? Right there. Now I want to show you something right here. SSL secure shopping. This is the most secure shopping you can do. If you do not see this, do not buy from any page. We know this because duh, it's there. So you're secure. Sorry, I thought I was going to burp. So you go to checkout. Check your order, $1,000. Shipping is free. Sales tax is $0. $1,000. Okay. Shipping details. This is my email, Anthony Calishone at rhinoresearchllc.com. First name, last name. You don't need to know my address, my city, my country, my state, my postcode, my phone number minus the last 3 digits, which I've changed. Continue. Delivery method is free because upon making this purchase, you're going to receive an immediate invoice certifying exactly what your purchase was. You purchased this much of Rhino coin. And by the end of the month, which is tomorrow, I think, 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Yeah, we go ahead and send out all new certified certificates, meaning you're going, let me just show you, right? Sometimes I just talk and talk and talk. All right, I'm going to pull it over. Rhino coin. So you'll be receiving this certificate. It will say your name. You are the owner of X amount of Rhino coin. This is my signature that's going to be on this to certify your ownership and the purchase price of your coin. X out of that. That will be in your email as of tomorrow. The certificates go out tomorrow. As of immediately will be your invoice. Continue. And you'll put your card information, debit card, credit card, whatever you want to use, and you'll continue, and that will be your checkout. You will then be the owner of Rhino coin. You are able to buy Rhino coin as much as, well, not as much as you want, because we have 1 billion Rhino coin. As of right now, 66 million is already off the market, which means you have 934 million left. I don't think anyone's going to buy that much coin tonight, right? But there is a limit. There will never be more Rhino coin in existence, right? It's only 1 billion. So right now it seems like, oh, there's 1 billion Rhino coin. Yeah, give it 1 year and see how you feel then, right? Like, do you have the vision to see what's about to happen? Because what I can tell you is Everyone on the platform owns Rhino Coin, which means everyone has a vested interest in Rhino Coin going up in value. Everyone we bring onto the platform, we give Rhino Coin to. Everyone we bring onto the platform, we create a business of what they have. Everyone that we bring onto the platform, we introduce them to each other and the businesses buy from each other. We're going to start having businesses starting in January that are going to be live on this every single night. Emails, highlights. What I can promise you is this. A year from now, you're going to look back and say, God, I wish I bought more Rhino Coin. If only I had a time machine. This is your time machine right now. I don't know how to better illustrate it. I was actually on the phone with someone earlier that was like, okay, you could buy it at 1.5 cents. And what if someone wants to sell it at 8 cents? You're going to guarantee that? My answer was yes. You know why? If somebody wants to sell me Rhino Coin at 8 cents, I know the platform, I know the businesses, and I know where the price of the coin's going to go, I'll buy it all day. So this is where you get in. It's now 9:05. So I'm going to go because I did promise not to go over 9:05. I'm going to do this one last time, guys. Here you go. Buy yourself some coin. I can promise you it's the best thing you'll ever do. It's really not even difficult. I know we're going to be on this call every night. You're going to see the numbers updated every single day. We just hired new team. This is happening. You're either in or, I mean, I guess you could buy it later on, whatever. Anyway, gotta go, 9:06. Absolutely love everyone. And I will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Bye, guys.